My name is Maddy Haeckl. I'm 21 years old and I'm from the San Francisco Bay Area in California. And right now I'm doing a feminist field studies course in Ercourt, France. I am majoring in psychology and I have a minor in educational studies. So I have one more year of college left and then I plan to take a little bit of time off and then go on to graduate school. And my end goal is to become a therapist for adolescents. So I just want to be that person that people can trust and come to and be a safe space for. The way that I see it is like feminism connects to mental health because when you're working with people with mental health issues, you're kind of working for feminism and kind of working towards giving everybody that equal right to, succeed in life. Using feminism to protect myself, I would use it to kind of work towards getting back our right to our health care and reproductive rights. Having that fear that it's going to be taken away is very scary, but I think that to be able to combat that, we just need to, continue on that fight that people did so long ago. Working together and banding together, I think, is our best bet, and, there's power in numbers. The only males in my life that I would consider my friends or my family members, especially in Southern California at a private university. There's a lot of conservative men around there, so it's kind of, you gotta really search for the good ones, so it's tough. I think that it might just take a little bit more education for them. I think that's the main thing that they're lacking, is they just don't, put themselves out there to educate themselves. So I think that it's really important to raise that knowledge for them, and I think that with knowledge they would kind of come to the conclusions that they are a feminist, but they just don't really know it yet. I try to educate my brother. He is very stubborn, and I love him with all of my heart, and we have discussions very often, and they're usually pretty heated discussions about our different opinions about feminism and human rights, politics, all of that, and it's usually always him trying to change my beliefs. And then until recently I was kind of just like, okay, whatever, like brush it off. But then recently, once I kind of gained my confidence, I was able to kind of reiterate back and be like, hey, no, like these are my beliefs, like let's talk about that, and kind of have more of a conversation and less of a lecture to me. Pushing that idea that capitalism is what's going to save a young man is so detrimental. And I know, especially for my family, my dad passed away when I was 12. And so my brother was 14, I believe. So he kind of, like, somebody in our family told him that he was like, okay, you need to step up now. You're the man of the house. So I think that that's kind of a good example of what not to do. And I think that teaching men at such a young age that they need to be strong and they need to, be that man of the house, I think is very emotionally detrimental and causes so much harm down the line, and it really ingrains it in their head that that's how men should be when it's not. Being caught up in the binary causes a lot of problems, and I think that, it forces you into that role of I'm a woman or I'm a man or, any of that, and it fits you in this little box that if you're not in it, then you're not in it, and it's completely not right for you. But I think that fighting against the binary is something that we really need to work towards, and I think that that's really how liberation would come. Fighting against the binary, being your own individual person, not a man or a woman or anything like that. It's just, you're human. You're here. You have a soul. You're a person. doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. You're just existing in the world like everybody else is.